Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for the American Sim Racing League from Eldora. It is time for the annual Eldora Dirt Derby here on the American Sim Racing League. Got a special guest in the booth. No Derek Pemberton tonight. He's just depressed because, well, I don't know why he's depressed for. He beat me and everything. But we do got a special guest in the booth, a guy that knows a little bit about dirt racing, so that's always going to be a plus for us, Landon Lacey. And if you do not know who Landon is, Landon, you can explain yourself.
Yeah, I've been iRacing for a couple of years now, but primarily I've been racing 604 late models on dirt at my local dirt track. So this kind of hits a little bit of home for me.
Yeah, and of course Landon is a very good established iRacer as well, to be completely honest. He does know when it comes to iRacing, he knows how everything works, especially when it comes to the trucks and stuff. So we are here live tonight. We got 2 races before the playoffs begin after tonight. We do got Eldora, Talladega, and then the World 200, which I believe is Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, so there you go. There is some EOL penalties tonight as well, but I will explain how this works. The EOLs, by the way, will be the 11, 14, 09, 21, 87, 10, and 96. There you go. A lot of it. And there's also a pass-through at the start of qualifier for the number 4, and there's also a suspension and pass-through. A suspended one race, EOL, and pass through the next race, and that would go to the number 5. So there was some late race stuff that happened and all that good stuff. But anyway, not only that, we also got to speak about the points real quick. Top 12 make the points. Right now, it is pretty tight between the 12th and 13th driver. Joshua Sheriff, 4 points ahead of Michael Trevarthen. And Landon, you've had experience racing Michael Trevarthen plenty of times.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Michael's, he's not just good on asphalt. I mean, he's, third fastest in practice right now. Very skilled driver. Races you hard, but races you clean, and that's what you have to respect most about him.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. As you see, the number 2 decided to come into the picture and show off his truck here tonight. Let me know in the chat who you're pulling for. We do not have Landon behind the pre-race desk, by the way. If I would have known he was actually going to join us in the booth in time, we would have got him to make his little character and stuck you behind the desk. That would have been kind of funny.
I'm making no character.
You have to make a character. If you come in the pre-race desk, you make a character. I don't care. Landon might be good at fantasy football. He's also good at iRacing. I hate you. 2 minutes left before we go qualified here. And by the way, this is not your normal qualifying. We actually have some heat racing, Landon. And heat racing, you approach it a little bit different than you do the normal race.
For sure. At least for me, when I heat race, I don't really care where I start in the heat race. It's all about where you finish because, I think we have 2 heat races. So basically heat 1, so finishing positions for heat 1 is based on the inside line. So first through however many cars you have that get through, I think it says 7, go on to the feature. Those will be your first 7 rows of the inside line. Yep. Heat number 2 will be your first 7 rows of the outside line.
Yeah, and another thing is everybody should make the field tonight. I'm seeing 25 drivers make the field. We only got 21 in here now. So everybody should make the field from what I'm seeing. Heat races are 8 laps each. There is no yellows during the heat races, so you basically got to survive in order to have a good chance. Landon, Eldora is known for the high line. Definitely going to be a factor. Where do you see? I mean, you've been out there practicing in the truck as well. Is it going to be a high line race?
Speed's definitely right there next to the wall. You just have to be real careful with not bouncing that tailgate off the wall because if you slap it, you're going to go the whole right side on the wall.
Do you see the lower line coming into play at all? I mean, I guess you can probably try to dive or slide job somebody there, but
I mean, you could slide job it, but with these trucks, it is so hard to perform a slide job. Right. It's not like a regular dirt car that'll, it's the truck's a lot heavier. It's going to slide a lot more. I just think it's going to be predominantly a high line race.
So there you go. We're going to hop into the big screen. We're going to leave our pre-race desk booth that Landon don't have a character for because he got lazy and didn't want to make one because he's good at fantasy. Get ready to go here in just a moment. Tires, these guys do have a set of tires, Landon. Is that a thing that you're going to take in this race? This race is 100 laps.
100 laps?
Maybe
I don't think you'd have to pit for fuel, to be honest.
Yeah, you do not have to pit for fuel, from what we're being told.
I don't see a reason to need to change tires.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I don't think that tires are going to be.
I think track positions. I think track position is going to be everything with these trucks. So I don't see a reason to take tires.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. All right, so we are ready to go qualifying right now. As we watch, it is Ross Canoe rolling out onto the track in the number 12 truck. Here in that blue and orange, number 12 that is, and white. See how he works. I've noticed a lot of rubber up against the wall as well right now. Dirt really slicked off.
Yeah, that was one thing. Something else I was about to bring up. You know, you want to try to stay as much out of that as you can. Like, what I would say is people that were running the top, you want to run those rear tires just above it. You can run the front tires in it, but your power is at the rear.
Back, yeah.
So you know, if you get the whole truck in it, you're just gonna pretty much loop it.
So we've seen Ross just now really have to wheel the truck. We've seen his the back tires get in that and really had to basically try to muscle the truck around. Here's Bruce Pearson, number 22. I love his truck. It's still one of my favorite paint schemes when it comes to his truck. It's that Mission 22 paint scheme, Operation Sidekick, and he's got the number 22, of course, and that is his logo on the side, Mission 22. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of how he did that. So he is out there on the track, currently 11th right now. Let's see how he does here on this lap. And you can see he's actually trying to stay right below it. Is that going to be a thing? You think guys would try to stay right below that since that, rubber has moved up a lot?
Yeah, it might be too risky to try to run the top in qualifying because if you accidentally scrape the wall, it's not going to count your time.
Dwayne Hunt also out on the track. You see him, he's sliding it through the turn here in the 19. I love Eldora though. When it comes to the iRacing track, what is your favorite dirt track on iRacing? Do you have a favorite?
Lanier, dirt.
Lanier's a fun one.
Yeah,
Lanier's a fun one. I got a special place for Lanier anyway. Dwayne Hunt goes to the top of the board. Max Varthan out next. Got a place for Lanier just because that was my first race I ever won on iRacing, so I'm a big fan of that. I like Williams Grove as well.
I'm not big on Williams Grove. The straightaways
USA's
kill me. USA is fun.
USA's fun. I think we all like USA in general.
Yeah.
Dr. Spartan, let's see how he qualifies. Working off turn 4. And that Tampa SUV rental is one of the sponsors here of this series. And Spartan looks good. Goes to the top of the board, a 19.293. Wow, good lap there. Qualified almost done here as well. We got a couple out there.
Bentley Glazer going for it. He's up there next to the wall. Did pretty good there through 1 and 2. Didn't quite get into it. Oh, he's doing good here too. Through 3 and 4. This is going to be a good lap.
Coming off turn 4.
Oh, he got too loose off 4. Yep, and that killed his time.
Yeah, definitely a 19.999, pretty much a 20 flat. But might be all that qualifies. He's out there doing another lap. Why not? Get as much practice as you can. We do got a couple cars that have not qualified. When was the last time you caught a race, by the way? It's been a while.
Last time I caught a race was actually there was a lot of controversy behind that because it was iRacing E-Series at Talladega.
You are correct, by the way. That is right. Huh. Anyway, also, guys, we will have our driver of the week announced tomorrow morning. We'll be having that out. I think we already might have who it is. You never know, depending or not. But we do have, I think, who we might go with. Let's go Todd Cray. Jessica says over on YouTube, thank you for tuning in once again. Let us know where you're watching from. That's one of the things I always liked, checking in to see where people's watching from. I know we got Todd Chase Jr. watching from Michigan. I know where he's from. He's happy Detroit Lions get a win.
I wanted to say something real quick about that. You're talking about Todd Cray, and it actually made me think about someone else that we talked to is Todd Chase. And I remember when I first started my dirt career in real life, I felt like Todd Chase. Like, Todd wasn't that good at dirt when he first started. Just takes practice. Like, he's been getting after it lately, and I'm telling you, you come out here in laps, you're gonna spin out multiple times.
Especially in the trucks.
Oh, it's just all part of dirt.
Yeah. Whenever you go to these trucks are a lot heavier. So it's not like you're 305 sprints. Like if the 305 sprints are a lot easier, a lot less powerful, I think. These trucks are so heavy. Talk a little bit about the difference in that compared to a normal late model, for example.
I mean, you got to think. I mean, my late model weighs about 2,500 pounds.
Right.
These trucks weigh about anywhere between 4 to 4,500 pounds. You know, that's a lot of weight that you're trying to throw around in the rear end.
On dirt.
Also, I mean, I'm pushing about 600, 650 horsepower. These trucks have probably about 750 to 800 horsepower. So, more weight, more power. There's a tendency to, spin out a lot easier than your regular, even though they're on dirt tires, because iRacing added that in. But you're still more likely to, over rotate the truck and spin out.
Especially when you got guys that have, let's be honest, like I'm looking at like the I rating or the safety rating. There's a lot of guys in here that don't run dirt, like you can tell by looking at it. So they may have never run dirt before ever in their trucks. So you may have some guys that we're not normally used to seeing up front. Not saying Michael Trevarthen is by any stranger to that. We've talked about you racing with him plenty of times. But there is some names, that could come up towards the end of this race that we might not used to see. So that's going to be a big thing to watch out for. This could be a big night for Trevarthen, though, qualifying on the provisional pole. This is not official pole because, of course, we do have the heat races coming up in about 3 minutes. And like Lando said, the first race will determine the inside. The second race will determine the outside, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So we'll get ready to do all that. I am very much looking forward to it, though. This is a race that, when I've seen the schedule, as I hit the wrong button. Sorry, guys. When I see the schedule, I was really looking forward to it. Last week, I believe it was Lucas Oil. I'm sorry, no, it was North Wilkesboro last week. So I knew from Lucas Oil to Darlington, North Wilkesboro, and Eldora was the ones I was really looking forward to when I seen the schedule. Talladega, it's Talladega. Everybody's seen it plenty of times. Not the biggest fan myself of Talladega, but I understand why they run it, of course. Then Charlotte, I like Charlotte. And then the playoffs begin with Iowa, Texas, and Phoenix. Only 3 races in the playoffs. So, and 12 drivers. So, it's going to make things fun when it comes playoff time. But I have been looking forward to tonight's race because you see a different, I don't want to say, well, I guess, a whole different style of racing, I guess would be the way to put it. Because it takes a lot to get around a place like this.
Yeah, it takes a lot of hand work, a lot of footwork, because you got to work the throttle, you got to work the wheel. And I mean, that's just not in these trucks. That's dirt in general. But in these trucks, you have to do a lot more because you're trying to fight a lot, like we talked about, a lot more weight, a lot more power. So you're having to work the wheel and the throttle that practically 2 times more than you do.
Yeah. So we are starting to grid here for our first heat race. By the way, what's your fantasy score now? Just because
Still 145.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
Oh, tough break there. All right. We are gridding up.
Accidentally, I'm not going to lie, I accidentally hit test drive, and I thought I was on the grid. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not racing. I'm not racing in this.
Ready to go, here tonight. We do want to thank Tampa SUV Rentals. That's what it says on my little push button over here. It says Logo Tampa. That's my bad. We do want to thank Tampa SUV Rentals for their sponsorship. But of course, we thank Infinite Heroes. These guys are a supporter of Infinite Heroes. So they don't sponsor the broadcast by any means, but we love showcasing them. And that Ford truck is, I believe he gets the EOL, if I'm not mistaken. It should be the Ford will get an EOL at the start of the qualifier and a pass-through. So,
do you know it's all green flag laps count or do caution laps count as well?
They do not have cautions.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So they do not have cautions in the heat race. So there you go.
Cool, thank you.
So it's just straight race, like heads up, without anything. I love the way these things sound around Eldora, though. Like, man, to me, this is, like, I love when they come to Bristol. I love the trucks at Bristol, but when they race Eldora, that's probably one of the most exciting races all season.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, you're probably going to see some bad slide jobs happen here because somebody in the back of their mind is going to think they're going to go off in the corner.
Bring us to the first screen.
I will. On replay. But here they come off turn 4. We are underway here for heat race number 1.
That 2 truck, Travis Daniel, we know he's a big factor to have a chance at winning this race. On that low side, we got highlight playing a little bit of a factor there for Barthen already, right below that black strip that you guys see.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the 2 fastest lines tonight, right next to the wall on both sides of the racetrack. Up next to the wall on the outside and next to the wall on the inside is going to be your 2 fastest.
Barthen,
and he over-rotated.
Yep, you talked about that. The tires, rear tires getting to the black, to the rubber, brings, goes around. So Travis McDaniel out front. Joshua Sheriff here in second. This is a big position here for Joshua. Remember, he's trying to hold on to that 12th position of the points. Over falls back to P9.
Yeah, you were talking about the 4 having to go to the back. He's actually about to get lapped.
Yeah, that's a tough break. And also, Joshua Sheriff may be getting past here. I'm watching Adam Matz. Look where Matz is running. He is running right above that black strip. Rubber.
He's running that outside line perfectly. That's how you want to do it. You want the back tires outside of it, the front tires in it.
Man, you talk about inches off the wall.
As long as you don't slap that right rear quarter panel on the wall, you can ride that perfectly all the way through the corner.
How much do you work the wheel while you're in these things? Like
you are constantly turning. There, even down the straightaway, you are constantly turning. There is no
board. It's a 96. Jesse Buttle. I know we got, I think his girlfriend or wife that tunes in right now.
He's running a special line. I saw him running through 3 and 4. He started up next to where that slick spot is and then worked his way down through the exit of the corner.
That's a good handling truck if you're able to turn down to the center, correct?
Yeah. If you can, that takes a lot of steering and a lot of throttle control to be able to do that.
He's going to take away second, it looks like here. Joshua, yeah, he's going to make the play. White flag will be out of the air here in heat race 1 for these guys as Travis Daniel pretty much all but done with this race. He is out by about 4 seconds over the rest of the field. Pretty easily handled here for Daniel as he looks for the checkered flag. He does get a good battle here for second. Watch the 96 get the run. It's going to be tight. He got it.
17,
yep. Second.
I'm gonna tell you what though, that I've already got one of my picks to win the main event. That 96 is looking good.
Yeah, you know, I thought Adam Matz tonight was running like he was. He looked really good running the highlight. It just didn't. I don't know if he just wasn't carrying the speed through the corner like I thought he would, or what.
From when I watched him, he wasn't running high enough. He had his left rear still in the slick area.
All right, so here we go with our second heat race. You guys can see our 10 drivers over on the left side. Dwayne Hunt, seen him qualify really well, second in qualifying, so he's going to be starting first in the second heat race. And I want to give a shout out to Patrick just because I love his truck, that Infinite Hero Blue number 93. There's a couple paint schemes we looked at here tonight. I also know we got the Jenkins. We got some fans of the Jenkins in here as well. Both of them guys, 2 of them guys, I believe, are.
Oh, Rob.
Rob Jenkins, yep. Mark Jenkins.
Yeah, Mark Jenkins, yeah.
You know Rob?
Yeah, I know both of them.
There you go. You're not too unfamiliar. Jessica says she is in New Jersey, so how about them Eagles? That's so sad.
A lot of guys in here from Go Fast.
There is, actually. Well, is that where Jenkins came from?
Yeah, both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, you'd think I remember that. Landon's over in South Carolina. I'm over in Tennessee. I know how much everybody wants to know about.
You're the only 10 I see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You know, if I told my wife that, she'd punch you right in the face.
I would too.
Yeah. That is a stupid cheap line.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good the first time I heard it.
Did it work?
No.
All right.
But I knew they were lying.
You're a liar. Oh God.
You either lying or you blind.
Ray Charles over here.
Playing a piano.
Oh God. So the pace truck. Still wish they let us paint that. I say that every broadcast.
Hey, you called me out last night and saying it. Yeah, I wish they would. Let us paint the pace truck.
Let us paint the pace truck in leagues. Like, come on now.
I think we need to start a hashtag on that.
Paint the truck.
Yeah, hashtag paint the truck or paint the car or whatever.
Yeah. Paint the safety car. Here we go. Green flag ready to come out.
We're getting carried away.
Green flag's out, and woo, that 35 wheel spin. Is that a thing here, by the way? I guess it is.
I think it's a 35 thing because I know how that feels.
So you can get it. Or is it just
yeah, no.
That makes a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, I mean, Adam, if you think about it, we are on dirt. Wheel spin is a thing.
Yeah.
With 850 horsepower.
Oh, there goes. Oh boy, that 19. I thought he was going to whip around the front of the field. You said you was talking about this 24 earlier. He looked good. You're not.
He did. In qualifying, he was running that outside line perfectly. He's not quite running up there right now. I guess he wasn't feeling good about it, but he's making up some time though on that 19 truck.
See Martin Jenkins right there as well, right on the bottom. Trust me, we're going to see a lot of beating and banging. If you get mad at getting hit in dirt or asphalt, you definitely will get mad at getting hit in dirt. Because it happens quite a bit. Ah, Martin Jenkins just looped it. Oh, contact with the 21 and the 35. Lost it going into the corner. Tried to turn it back straight so nobody would hit him.
And I just got word that the 09 screen went black for a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he's third. Battle for the lead. That's done a good job.
35.
There's something with a 35 blowing
Yeah,
up.
if you watch the rear end of that 19 car, he's kind of throwing it around. He's not actually sliding through the corner. He's more like doing it at parts. I've seen him do it a couple times.
Is that preferred to throw it in instead of let it slide in?
No, you want to slide the whole time. You don't want that rear end to move at all. You want it to hold that.
Is it different in the late models compared to that?
No.
Oh,
yeah. You want that rear end to match the angle of the corner all the way through it.
Yeah. Good battle right now, though, for this lead. I mean, side by side. They are coming to a white flag. This time by. 24 gets a good drive off the corner, though. White flag is going to be out. This is a battle for the outside pole position, so keep that in mind.
I will say as well, the 19 is going too straight into the corner. If you understand what I mean by that.
Yeah.
I watched him do it going into turn 1 that last lap.
Bentley is going to win heat race number 2 with Dwayne Hunt. William Kip, Sean Bradley going to finish in 4th. Patrick going to finish in 5th. Rob Jenkins 6th. And the rest of the field follows suit. So, gritting has begun. We get set to go racing from Eldora. Atlanta, when you strap into the truck for the first time with this many trucks at a place that is, everybody wants to win out, like we know that, but a place where it's very tough to race. And if you start in the middle of the field, are you worried about that a little bit?
I think you need to, to worry more about, you than others. I think if you worry too much about others, you're going to end up making mistakes. The biggest thing I can say from someone starting in the middle of the pack is you're just going to have to be patient. Passes are going to be hard to make, especially where the wear line is right now, where it's so high. Because I'd say if the wear line was a little bit lower, you'd be able to run up there consistently and not have to worry about hitting the wall. But I think we're not going to see very many. From what I saw in the heat race, not a lot of people ventured up there. But I definitely think that your patience level is just going to have to be very high. Because it's going to be really hard to pass, even if you're faster. But these guys have 100 laps. I mean, there's no need to go down here in turn 1 and try to, make a winning move.
Sure. one of the coolest pre-race intros that we have on all of iRacing, I think. With the exception, I don't know. I think I'll have to like that one a little bit more than the Ma. The Ma has to fly over the whole firework thing's pretty neat.
I still like it. 24 hours of Daytona fireworks at midnight.
Dude, I wish they had it on here.
I thought they did.
Not that I've seen, unless they had it this year's weird. We're ready to go. As the green flag is out in the air, Eldora Dirt Derby is underway. Gosh, it's like loud coming off the corner. Driving this game on 24. That should be a good battle to watch here as this race goes on. You see the 1917 there as well. You guys want to see what it's like to ride on board.
Already got a yellow.
Oh, there is a yellow. Where's that? Maybe the 32, which I think that's what it is. Got me getting in too deep and just sliding it around. Look, so you all, that is a great looking paint scheme. I'll point that out. I know you're jealous, Landon. That is like, why don't my paints ever look that good when I get them? So track conditions are going to be a thing that these guys are going to have to keep up with too, Landon. We already talked about the high line. The low line eventually will get black as well. That's something we're going to be watching here. As we get ready to go back green here in just a moment. Pace truck leads us around Eldora. I'm going to hop on board in just a moment and give you guys an example of what it looks like to run around Eldora. Coming back to the green flag, we're going to ride right here inside the truck with Michael Trevarthen. We know he's fast in that 31, so let's see. You can see the speed and stuff on the right hand side. That's the green flag here waves once again. Inside the truck with that Michael Trevarthen in the 31 running 13th in the points position. As he's working right behind Patrick right now. Ross Cadu to his inside. You see Ross over there. Patrick making a little bit of mistakes, but this is pretty much what it's like. I mean, it is chaotic inside of these race trucks. Somebody think that may have been the 40 of Charles Woods. Keep in mind, these guys do not have a good player for that 40 truck. I think he may have just been trying to dodge. No, he's backing down.
He got him off the exit. Had too much foot on the throttle and lost it.
That does bring up the second yellow here. One thing you guys want to know, this is what I like about dirt. Caution does not take home. You go up front. Looking around. Sean Bradley 7th. Rob Zimmy's out of mass now at the 9th in that 9 truck with Ross Cadu. How many players do you still got left?
3.
Tonight?
Tomorrow.
Oh. Wait.
I'm not done.
Sorry. Who you playing?
Huh?
Cody?
Yeah, Cody.
He might quit.
I mean, sorry.
Travis McDaniel, that number 2 Budweiser truck, bringing us back around that Chevrolet. Right now, top 5, full of 4 Chevrolets, 1 Ford, no Toyota. We'll get set to go back here.
And by the way, if you ever want to do fantasy football, just let the computer pick it for you.
There's a chance I can win, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Green flag set to come out. It's a long shot, but there is a chance. Here we go. Green flag's out. A little bit of stutter right there. I lied. As Travis McDaniel Oh yeah,
both of
them. Yeah.
Both of them tank slapped it there. It's just you're just gonna have to hit that. If you're gonna run that top line, you have to where that wear line is.
There's a little bit of contact there between Rob Jenkins and the 87, Sean Bradley. With this many trucks, man, it is, like you talked about, patience is so big.
Yeah, 3 wide for about 6th place.
You're scared about that. You can see that, especially if you're in the middle. Uh-oh. They keep it going. That was Jesse.
That's going to be a caution.
Around the middle of the track. Green flag's still there right now. Now
there it is.
Comes out. Yeah, let's say that took a while to come out. Jesse having some issues here. Getting the tire spin on the black, and that's exactly what happened to Slick. And Lena, for people that don't know what we're talking about when we say Slick, explain what that is.
Basically, okay, so every dirt track is built on top of an asphalt base, basically. Some people that have never really watched dirt racing don't know that it's not a dirt base, because if we just use a dirt base, it would just turn into grass eventually, because the higher horsepower cars always throw the dirt off the racetrack. So they use an asphalt base, that way they can just put
or concrete, correct?
Or concrete, yeah. So they'll put a dirt layer over it. So basically what that wear line is where the dirt, they've ran on there so much that there's not as much dirt left. It's actually shiny because there's parts of the asphalt showing. And with dirt tires on asphalt, they don't have the best of grip. So when you run up in that line, you're going to get loose, because these tires are made to run on dirt.
Yeah, they have like grooves in
asphalt.
the tires, correct? Like asphalt tires are slicks.
Yes.
We know that. Basically, these are like your road tires, top 10, but they're grooved.
Yes.
If that makes sense, if I'm not mistaken.
But, as well, you know that dirt tracks get water put down on them as well.
Yeah.
So, and the water seeps under the dirt and onto the asphalt. And, I mean, you try going outside and when it's pouring down rain and sliding your car on the road. That's what it's like out there.
There you go.
I think they delayed the green, by the way. Apparently the 26 lost a motor. 96? 26.
Who was it?
I don't know, I just heard someone lost a motor. Oh, who was that? Uh, 22 is who lost motor.
Is that why the yellow?
Yes, that's why the yellow's extended, because he lost the motor on the back stretch.
I was literally sitting there talking that entire time. I forgot I had my mouth. Green flag is back out in the air. We're on coming to lap 19. 17 right, looking to the inside. They're going to make contact with Travis McDaniel.
I don't think he knew he was there.
Bentley's able to lead that lap, it looks like. But here comes McDaniel once again. Who's
24, 24 running that outside line perfectly right now.
He's also running that outside line as well. He scrapes a little bit, but still doing a nice job on that outside. Battle for the lead. Well, you're not lying. You said that you could get the left front right in that slick, and he is. And he's doing perfect on that side. Are you surprised to see this many lanes right now working?
No. No, this is typical dirt racing.
You know, three-way battle for the lead. This is probably some of the best racing we've had for the lead all season. Contact between Dwayne and the two. It's not going to affect it, but Bentley's going to come out the other side with the lead by quite a bit. Battle now going to be for second.
Oh, 24 got the last car.
Yeah, he messed up that spoiler, it looks like, a little bit. So a good position battle here for the top 5 spots.
I can tell you something right now. By the end of this race, that top line will not be runnable.
Yeah, you can already see how slick
They're gonna work it up all the way to the wall to where you're not gonna be able to run it at all.
I can definitely see that.
Oh, 33, Mark Jenkins. Or is that Rob? Yeah, it's Mark. Around on the front stretch.
And there is a look at Mark Jenkins in the 33, bringing another yellow here once again. Jenkins was having trouble off that bottom corner. Mark especially. And,
I think Mark had some help.
Yeah, there was some contact between him and somebody else there.
Yeah, I think Trevarthian was trying to make a move and didn't know Jenkins was there. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, kind of slapped the wall off 4, and Michael went to miss the 12 and got Mark.
Look at that replay, and you can see exactly what happened. Yeah, that's your typical dirt racing accident.
Oh,
correct?
Yeah. Good thing for Mark is he didn't hit nothing.
That is true. Brings up the yellow once again. Checking around. Chase Elliott's still winning, by the way.
Yeah, about 2 laps to go in stage 2, but getting Denny Hamlin trying to take it away from him here at the end of the stage.
Of course, why not?
I know, right? Somebody else can't win for once.
Like I said, we got the American SimRacing League playoffs beginning here in a couple weeks. As you see the lucky dog get the way around. Which I believe that is the 4 truck. It is. Johnny, who is already locked in. Johnny has actually your overall points leader with 1 win this season. Had a lot of winners this season, though. Actually, kind of surprised to see how many winners we've had. 5 different winners in, what, 8 races or so?
That's impressive.
Yeah, 8 races. Yeah, not bad at all. They haven't been here tonight. We'll see.
Race control ass getting the field to tighten it up.
Green flag is out. Oh, that 24 didn't
yeah, he's on it hard. Oh, and 2. I thought he was going to loop it. I don't know how he got that.
Watch William here. He was running really good earlier on that high line. He was trying it again. It looks pretty good, honestly. He's not able to get the center really good.
Oh, got a big clog with 17. Middle of the pack.
So you're looking back at all these cars that they have. We're going to get some race pictures after this with you guys. We'll have this tomorrow. I love taking pictures of dirt. These trucks might be a little bit dirty before the end of this one. See up front, Dwayne Hunt.
Oh, caution.
Jason Mullis in the 35. Landon Lacey. Showcase one for you.
That's typical.
The guys that don't know, you probably watch Landon Saturday night. He runs 35. Not everybody got that run. So if you get bothered with him, you wouldn't be a 35. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Actually, last night I wasn't a 35. I was a 5 in Saturday night.
That's right. You're right. Forgot about that. How you like Daytona in them cars?
Actually, wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad?
A lot better than Norks Willboro.
That is
Screw
true.
that place. Almost said something else, but not for broadcasting.
I thought you was going to slip it. You know, I'm surprised we haven't slipped up and said something. I'm sure it's happened. Well, we know it's happened. CFO Championship. Tyler Cox, thank you, buddy.
Yes.
Drew Brees touchdown.
Doesn't affect me.
Alvin Kamara.
That affects me.
Okay.
Actually, no, Alvin Kamara is on...
Scott Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who I played last week.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. You good. Plays like are back off. We're talking about our fantasy football, but I'm tired of losing week in, week out.
I mean, I'm not unbeatable. I did lose last week.
Yeah, but I'm beatable very easily.
Oh, so were the Eagles.
Okay. All right.
Did y'all lose to the Bengals today?
No, we tied.
That's even worse.
We tied, Landon. Different story.
Y'all tied to the worst team in the NFL.
Green flag is out of the air. I love that picture. I'm sitting here looking from spectator. That is an awesome shot.
Almost had 4 wide off turn 2 there.
And that's something we're not. Well, we are used to seeing in Eldora. Like, we can see that here.
Watching William, he's driving it like Bristol on asphalt. He's going into the corner, slapping the wall, and then driving it off.
And he
Watch
does
him do it
take
into
the lead.
Watch him do it into 3 last lap.
The thing is, that line's just going to keep moving up, so he's going to have to, you know, eventually, like you said, that top line will be there eventually.
Yeah, eventually they're going to work it out. It's going to have to be the middle to bottom lane.
You see William right here. Hawk Sign Shop, Kemp Excavating. Oh, he gets it all right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I see what you mean now.
Oh, wrecking in the back. Off turn 4 there.
Yellow does come out, and that is the 87. Sean Bradley made contact here on the 17th. Mark Jenkins cannot stay out of trouble tonight. He is just like minding business. And then this happened. Hard contact there.
Yeah, 17 lost it in the slick stuff and got the 87.
Already coming up on that 40 here in a few moments.
I truly do think a lot of these people that in this league run asphalt and just don't understand what that slick spot does.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And the guys that kind of have an idea, I mean, you can see it, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you look at William and Bentley. By the way, if you walk out of here with no damage.
If anybody walks out of here with no damage, I will pay you $1,000.
Yeah, because that'd be funny if they had quick repair and we didn't know it and all of a sudden they popped on the left
with you,
side.
though, that is actually in the rule book at our local dirt track.
I'll walk out with no damage?
If you walk out with no damage from the dirt track, you have to race. You can't ride around.
Is that Greenville Pickens? No, Greenville Pickens is asphalt, right?
Yeah, Greenville Pickens is asphalt. This is Cherokee.
Right. Speedway,
Yeah. You can't lay back and do it. You have to be racing. And if you have no damage at the end of the night, they will pay you $1,000.
No, Cherokee Speedway, I think, finished second to the best southern dirt track. I think Volunteer got first and then Cherokee got second, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Volunteers in Tennessee about 45 minutes from me. And then, of course, Cherokee ain't too far from me as well, about 3.5, 4 hours. Maybe. I would say so anyway. You probably more, but anyway, pretty neat. Here we go. Green flag's set to come back out here once again on lap 40. As we just want to call number 6. Looks like it's back out. Let me ask you a question. Would you prefer to start up in the high line? We're seeing the 09 there. Would you prefer to start in the slick or that outside blackened part, or would you prefer to start in like where the 24 is?
I'd want to start in the dirt. That's where you're going to have the most grip.
Right. Man, that 09 got a good run. Travis Daniel, there's a battle for third here as well. That is just a bunch of cars, trucks. We may be looking at 4 wide very soon. Look at that. As you see, 3 wide right here working off turn 4. We're going to be 4 wide.
Look who's back up here, by the way. The 96. Is that the 96?
96, yeah.
Yeah, he was. I think he was the first caution or second caution and went all the way to the back and has worked his way back up to the front.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. We've seen some guys have trouble, and we've seen Trevarthen also have trouble. He's starting to move his way up, and there is contact right there a little bit further back between the 17 and the 33, or I'm sorry, the 17 and 33. I believe they are able to keep it going because you are running high above in the blimp right now.
96 just passed 40. Well, 19's back down there, but
we was talking about him running the highlight earlier, correct?
Yes. Yeah, after the first heat, I said that was he's one of my picks to win this race as the yellow flag's out again. Oh, big wreck.
Yeah, Jeff Units, Patrick involved. The 4 also involved. Oh, 93 just. I I don't know if that would be called loose or what it's called. It just kept sliding back to the inside.
Yeah, I don't know what the Ford did wrong, but he is paying for that penalty that he had to take it.
Ain't that the truth? He's like, you're going to pay for this penalty, boy. He is. Right there's the contact. 89 tried to dodge it and unfortunately turned down the track into 93 as well. 35 also went for a spin on that. Didn't get no damage from it.
Hang in there, buddy. I feel you. Jason Mullis. I know how it feels.
I want to mention Jesse, the 96 actually did come down pit lane 31 laps ago. He was in his pit box for 6 seconds. Not really sure why. Maybe just some damage repair, maybe. But
do they have a fast repair?
no.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you're not going to need to take gas. We know that Christmas college.
Yeah. I don't see any need to take tires either.
No. There wouldn't be no benefit, correct? Like here, I mean, I guess there could be a little.
To a certain extent, yes. But I think you'd rather have track position than have tires.
Makes sense. And don't these tires weigh more than normal, by the way?
No.
On dirt? Oh, they don't?
No.
I thought they was wider. Maybe it may not be.
I know the dirt tires on my car are wider.
Yeah. Yeah, it is late model, correct?
Yeah.
Green flag is out. Starting to notice a second slick spot showing up now, landing in the middle.
Yeah.
Starting to see that pretty good. As we work through turn 3 and 4. Coming to lap 49, a little bit of paint slap there from the 09.
And that slick spot on the entry has slowly moved up.
You see the field working in turn 1 and 2 once again.
And Charles Woods is around off turn 4.
Caution flag comes back out. I think there was some more may have been happening as well. Here's the one for Charles Woods. He just wants to get out of Eldora. Oh, he had some help from 35.
Boy, I tell you.
Jason Mullis he wants to get out of Eldora as well. I'll be honest, like I love dirt. I love dirt racing. I can't drive a truck. I'm so bad at trucks.
It's not easy at all.
I remember they first added it. I was like, oh, I got to do this. I'm going to be good. Turned out that's a lie. It's been 2.5 years and I still ain't good. I think it's about 2.5 years since they had dirt correct. That's about right.
Has it been that long?
I think so. I think it's been about 2.5 years. Remember we all got on here and like you've been on here for a long time too.
I've been on iRacing too long.
Me too. Here's since late 2015.
Yeah, same here. Them, Adam, not a game.
Sorry. No, but it's amazing how far it's came though, ain't it?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
since we joined.
I mean, all the iRacing stays on top of their game. It's amazing.
Yeah, no lie.
You know, they complain and talk about how all the road guys got everything, and then all of a sudden dirt got thrown in, and all these new cars started coming out.
It's like they stay on top of it too, because there's so much content that comes out.
I wonder if the road guys felt left out for a little bit after that.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. But then they got Rallycross.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Green flag ready to go back out on 53. We are past halfway. 8 cautions so far. Let's hope the flag gets back out. Welcome to dirt track racing at Eldora.
Oh,
that was
3
close.
wide.
I think it's 96 up.
I think it's 96 is going to be the truck to beat.
It looks like he may have something. I felt like he was wanting to get to the high line.
4 wide. That's not going to work.
Oh, boy.
Somehow they bounced their way to the corner.
How much give and take?
Well, there was no give and take. There was
you just gotta
each
go.
other and prayed you don't wreck.
All right, guys. Enjoy. It's time to turn it up. Probably for a couple laps anyway before the yellow comes out. Y'all enjoy. shit.
Oh, big.
Yeah, that was a big one. Jeff Eunice is involved. Somebody, 12 is going. Yep. Scrolls the news that I'm just going to back it up here. Not sure what happened. This was a pretty big wreck, what it looks like. Off 35. There's Mullis involved, and 5 others decide to join him. Mullis just only cut the track. Clipped a couple others.
I don't think they decided to join him. I think he clipped about all 5 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's funny. I hate saying this because it's funny. I see Jason Mullins, like, when this all happened, he's just sitting there in the middle like, oh, I caused that. And he just sees the trucks that turned. He's like, oh, I did that. That's tough.
That's like at the super speedways sometimes.
Oh, gosh.
You'll cause a wreck and then you'll see it, and it's like, oh man, I
Did that.
Yeah, I feel so bad.
And somehow you're okay.
I just wrecked out. Yeah. I just wrecked the whole field,
You
but
feel
yet I'm
so
okay.
bad about it, but in the way it's just like, yeah, ain't my problem.
So true.
Oh gosh. I guess like if it's an official race, I'm just like, yeah, it happens. You know, league race, I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not running for a championship. I really feel bad.
Then you feel even worse,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
when
like,
when you wreck under the pace lap trying to warm up your tires.
Well, Adam, you wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Flag back. Quite a bit of it. Here comes 21, Todd Cray, remember?
Oh, Mark Jenkins just has no luck tonight.
I'm not sure what actually happened.
He just lost it going into 1.
93, Patrick. He's been involved in a couple as well. Not able to avoid it. Just with the
Oh, he got into the 17.
oh, the 4.
Hit the 4.
Yeah.
He is paying for that penalty. I'm telling you.
He's like, I'm never doing what I did again.
I don't mean to laugh, but
I got you. He is never committing what he did again. Ever. Oh, my fantasy on soft spot over. Shout out to Derek Pemberton, by the way. I think he's watching the broadcast. Shout out to him. He decided to get lazy to not be here. He went to go watch the Tennessee Titans game. He knew he wouldn't be back in time. That's what I was thinking.
he just didn't want to watch a dirt race.
Might be. He's a fan of dirt racing.
Really?
No, it's not really. Like he likes it, like on the sprint cars and stuff.
Has he ever been to a dirt race? He ever been to a dirt race?
No. Green flags have come out.
Can't hate on dirt races until you go to one.
There you go, yeah. I want to get your opinion on something afterwards. Just a moment.
Okay.
Green flag gets set to come back out. As we get set to go back green this time, green flag back out of the air. William Kemp, Jesse Bell out front. Jesse with a good start. Looks like he may be able to take this lead.
Oh, that's going to be a log jam here off turn 2. 4 wide, 3. 5th place.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably should
back. No caution so far. The last 2 cars.
They got to throw a caution it, right? Oh, okay.
They get going, you don't have to.
The 2204, they're not going to be a caution. The 2204, by the way, they're kind of head and nose first with each other. That's tough.
Well, the 22's had a pretty bad night. He's still in the lead lap.
Todd Craig trying to grab third. Never mind. Just I don't know what position this is. Get ready.
17 door slapped somebody on the track.
Rob Jenkins. Up front, man, they are really getting after it now. I mean, I guess you kind of
spinning off for it.
Oh, big wreck off for the 93 to 17. Caution's got to come out. No caution yet.
Ends in the back of the field.
They got the 10 has blown up.
Caution.
Nope,
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, but the whole track was pretty much covered. The 12 backing on the track. Here's a look at this. I don't know. 35's up on the wall. I don't think. 10 to 17 and 35 was involved. The 93 almost went over. A couple trucks have blown up here. I seen the 10 blew up. It looks like the 93 as well has officially blown up. Man, that's a hard hit. Probably should have cut my graphics down a little bit. The question I was going to ask you, we're talking about bringing dirt racing back to Bristol and possibly the Cup Series. Like it or no?
Talking about bringing the Cup Series to Bristol
In the
on
spring.
dirt?
Yep, in the spring. Next year.
Depends on which engine package they use.
I wish they'd
I
bring
think-
the Prelude cars instead.
I would agree with that. But I think if they bring the 650 package that they use, I think it'd be really good, to be honest.
I feel like they'd have to make like that car with that track being so high banking and cars so powerful. I feel like you're kind of out. I feel like you'd have to bring a smaller horsepower.
Yeah.
How about interesting race though? I'd have to see it just so I can watch the wrecks.
The tempers already boil at Bristol as there is. I mean, just put them on dirt. What's going to happen then?
Clint Boyer winning that race. Or Kyle
Probably.
Larson if he's back.
Yeah, probably right.
Hey, I'll give Kyle Larson. Green flag set to come back out here on lap 70. You can see this track really getting slicked off now as the green flag gets back out in the air. Boy, 2 went straight down to the bottom this time. Daniel up off turn 2, makes a little contact. There he goes.
That's going to be big.
Green flag.
Oh, Mark Jenkins around again.
Oh, yep,
and
big wreck.
collects about, Michael Travarthian in it.
Real quick, do they guys have a
I think they do.
I think they do too.
The 22 blew a motor earlier.
Yeah, I think they do get one quick repair here since it is dirt. Here's a look at that replay. My brain kills on that. The 31, the 93, the 33 really, you said it earlier, hasn't really had the greatest luck here tonight. But I mean, once again, this place is just so tough for guys that may not run dirt very often.
And you really don't, now the way that they've worked the track in, you don't have many lines that you can run where you have grip.
Yeah. Looking at the 33, he comes in here 9 points above the cutoff line with Travarthian. The good news is Travarthian back in 17, so it is good news for Mark Jenkins. So we'll share the point standings on trackside after they update them this week. That way you guys will have an idea. Of course, five guys are locked in. Steve Unich, who I do not see here. He is 16 points, so he's got a pretty good buffer. So, talk about a different change of pace going from Wellsboro to this to Talladega.
Yeah, literally.
Green flag set to come back out. Pace trucking in, green flag is out. May have another caution in 93.
Yeah, I got about 3 cars around in turn 1.
So now you're starting to see what Eldora, this was just the 31, I believe, getting too hot here. Part of it.
Oh, and the 2 and the 35 car go around again.
Yeah, I didn't actually see this.
Yeah, 2 got in the back of the 35 and let both of them around.
McDaniel had a chance to actually win this, but I feel like
He had it.
Yeah, going away now. Being so
He lost it. They were spinning out of second place.
Oof. Tough break. So we are ready to go back here in just a moment. Pace light's still on. Caution came up.
Funny, in NASCAR on NBC's talking about the Tuesday night race for iRacing, the Coca-Cola series.
During the playoffs of the race.
Yeah. That's where Talladega is their playoff start for
like
top
the
8.
whole COVID thing sucked, and it still does for a lot of people.
Yep.
iRacing benefited greatly. Think about it.
I mean, yeah, it was,
Sad way to look at it, but it's true.
it is. But I think it helped. I think a lot of people had heard about iRacing, but never really knew much about it until NASCAR went to it and started broadcasting it.
And boy, iRacing went off the charts when they
It exploded, dude. It exploded.
When we used to race, we'll talk more about it in just a few moments maybe, but we'll see. Green flag's set to come back out. And there is the green flag. Up front, Adam Matz has worked his way up to third. You see Adam Matz goes back at Daytona. There goes the 09. There goes the 9. More contact as the leaders go around. And Adam Matz not going to be too happy.
Oh, he just got sent off turn 2. 19 being a little aggressive there. Just straight up sent him coming off 2.
So right back to running the field. 12 above as well. Patrick somehow avoids that one. He's like, finally. Yeah, we talked about iRacing blowing up like it did. Remember when we talked about first joining? I mean, what was it? 2,000 to 3,000 people on iRacing, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was kind of consistent. People on iRacing. Now it's consistent over 9,000, sometimes way more than that.
Yeah, it's about average about 10,000.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous. Some cars are coming out pit lane.
And we're talking about 10,000 people on the server at one time throughout the entire day, average.
Just racing certain race cars.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's not just in the United States, it's around the world. I mean, and don't get me wrong, 10,000 people in the entire world doesn't sound like it does, yeah, but for the iRacing service that we started on, that's a lot of people.
For a racing sims don't usually get a ton of people anyway. So anytime you get over like 5,000, that's quite a bit. Let's be honest.
I mean, let's just say that after the NASCAR stuff, so many people subscribed and got on to iRacing that it literally crashed the iRacing servers.
iRacing's like cha-ching.
Yeah.
Here we go. Green flag set to come back out. 19 laps to go as the 19 truck will be starting alongside that 96 truck. Todd Craig and worked his way up there as well. Green flag is out. Start to see aggression it's all around the racetrack.
Yeah, remember when I said you're going to see some bad slide jobs? Yeah, this is about the point in time in the race where I was expecting it.
See Sean Bradley right there on the bottom. Everybody else has moved up to the high line pretty much. A big wreck. Maybe not. Yep, there is one caution. It is the 35 position.
Oh my lord. Poor guy. He's pulling it off the road. He's like, I'm done. I'm done.
He may have had help here. Did he just go around the 93? May have helped him a little bit. He just lost it kind of on his own. 93 was close, but...
I think he's calling it a night on that one.
He said, I'm sick of this dirt stuff. He said, I bought this track for this. Travis McDaniel has also called it quits. The 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's... I kind of feel for him. Had a really good truck and ran top 5 most of the race and... kind of spun on his own and then just got caught up in somebody else's mess.
And that's the thing with here, man. Like,
but that's typical dirt track racing. Just being honest.
In a way, this track, and it's weird to say because it's a completely different track, but this and Bristol kind of come a lot in mind because things happen so quick in front of you that you can't avoid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Once you, I'm telling you, people just don't understand. When you go off into a corner in a dirt car,
Yeah, you
whatever
can't
lane you
fix it.
choose, you
That's
can't change it.
Yeah,
You're sliding sideways through a corner.
I mean, if
How
there's-
fast do you think you can change lanes doing that? You
Mid-slide.
can't. It's just, if somebody wrecks in front of you, you have nowhere to go except into that car.
You know, I think it's kind of weird, but now looking back at it, it's kind of like the appeal for Bristol. It kind of makes you think it's at the appeal because so much stuff happens so quick. And we know how popular dirt racing is to the people that do it and stuff, and the following the kids.
With Bristol, though, Bristol is a blind.
Right.
The corners are so
Like you don't
banked
slide,
that you
yeah.
can't see through the A-post.
Exactly. So it kind of makes you think of dirt track racing. Even though it's not dirt.
And it's the opposite. You can't see through the B-post because that's really where you're looking. Back in the 96 of Jesse Bunnell, I think that's what his name. Taking off. I mean, like I told you in the beginning, I chose this guy in heat races to come out with this race, and so far he's not showing me anything to regret that decision. Some of these guys still 3 wide off in these corners, and 10 gets into 93 in the back. No caution so far. I think they held on to it.
293 right on the bottom. He is running 14th right now. Oh my God. Talked about the 9 earlier, getting involved in that one wreck. He's working his way back into the 7th already.
17 as well. He's back. And he's back up to 3rd. So I mean, good driving by him.
Johnson right now, he's alive. Remember, he was 12th and first coming in.
Look at, he's just mustering his way into 3rd. Look at Todd Craig. He kind of hung around the middle of the pack all race long, and he's up here battling for a top 3 position here at the end.
Yeah, he's got some damage for SimRacing.
$10,000 to whoever doesn't have damage.
He's been quiet though about it. He hasn't said anything too much. Top 3 getting a little bit separated here.
After practice, you know, I thought Michael McCarthy was going to be a factor, and he really hasn't been up front.
4 wide here off turn 2. Not going to work out as checked out of 17th of all. How about they just said Sean Bradley? We seen him in trouble earlier.
Yeah, he's about in trouble
Well,
again.
so he's in trouble again. Sadly,
Adam Chapman curse. Adam Chapman curse.
You're not lying, by the way.
Literally just happened 5 seconds after saying his
Why
name.
do I even talk about it?
Literally 5 seconds after saying his name. By the way, they just went 4 wide into turn 3 at Vegas.
Yeah, it always works out great.
And didn't wreck. And Chase Elliott was in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's usually when it works out great for him.
Yep.
I'm sure he's got a rub somewhere. So we're going to go back with about 5 to 4 laps to go, one of the 2. And you gotta like Jesse, I think, right now.
I mean, he's shown the biggest strength. I mean, driving from the back to the front, and then once he got to the front, he stayed there. So I think that's going to be the truck you have to beat. And the other truck that led a good early portion of this race, the 24, he's worked his way back up to 4th.
There you see Bentley right there, right behind Todd Craig. Starting all the lead up.
I thought the lucky dog was about to wreck on the
I
caution.
did too, by the way. I didn't you see the lucky dog passing right there. Oh man, I've done that before, by the way.
I have too.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, right in front of the whole field. And I've also done it when nobody's looking.
That's the thing in iRacing. If you haven't done something embarrassing, you never played iRacing.
In racing in general.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
You know, like even in NASCAR stuff, like the top NASCAR,
You know,
you see funny stuff.
We get another caution. I'll tell you a funny story that happened to me one time. It will be. You're gonna laugh at that. It's a typical me kind of move.
Oh yeah. 4 laps to go as the green flag says to come back out. We are green flag here once again. Jesse Donald looking to try to get the victory lane here from Eldora. Battle going to be for second. Todd Craig, Dwayne Hunt.
Remember what I talked about at the beginning of this race, and that's going to be a big wreck.
My goodness.
Remember what I talked about at the beginning of this race about patience. 24 was trying to take everything in turn 2 there. Got into the back of the 19, it put him in the wall and just caused a chain reaction for all these guys.
See who that kind of worked out for in a way was William Kemp, but you got to feel bad for Sean Bradley.
Yeah.
I was talking about earlier, it looks like he may have, I seen smoke coming out the back end, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just overheard the 87 of Bradley talking about, he was just battling for a top 3 and now he's done for the night.
Smoke coming out the back end. How I feel somehow Brian Taco Bell.
Okay, so by the way, this will be our first green-white checkered attempt of 3. We are going into overtime, but funny story real quick. Was qualifying at Cherokee one night, and not only did I run the pole, I ran a new track record for Sigma 2 crate model, and was celebrating so much that when I came down pit road, I ran smack into a monster tire.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
Destroyed the entire car.
So you didn't get to race that day?
Didn't get to. No, I got raced. I raced the backup.
That's awesome.
And when I mean backup, I mean spare parts.
Did you win though?
No, I did not.
Oh, there you go.
Finished dead last.
That's funny. After qualifying.
After qualifying on pole and setting a track record. And destroy the race car.
Definitely a land of move. Green flag set to come back out. If we make the white races official, hold your breath on that one because this is going to get wild. Jesse Butler trying to work that outside lane. We'll try to get a run. He does get the run he wants. How about the 4? Wow.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know. He's going to be battling for the lead.
Is this for the lead?
They're 5 wide behind him.
White flag, by the way. White flag.
Jesse Butler looks to pick up a win.
Craig goes around William. Then the 09 goes around. Bit wreck on turn 2. Bet you the 4 car's not regretting that penalty anymore.
Off turn 4, Jesse Butler picks up the win, and that will be his first win of the season. And look at the damage.
We got a truck upside down on the back.
We got the 21 just got killed by everybody else to Barton.
Hey, Adam.
Yep.
Only am I good at fantasy football, I'm good at calling out who's going to win the race.
Can't do that myself. As you see the fireworks going off here at the start-finish line. See our race winner who was supposed to be up on the scales. He messed that all up. He missed the dirt. See the 90, the 40, see the 96 one down. Right here on the start-finish line. Jesse picking up the win here from Eldora, as now the Flames get ready to come up here in front of the.
One thing I don't understand why we don't do donuts on dirt in dirt cars.
That is ready for the Flames.
That's something you never see on dirt.
Let's pull in Jesse and talk to him.
Out of this thing.
Hey, Jesse, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, picking up the first win this season, locking yourself into the playoffs. It's been a long time coming, I feel like, man, and you did a great job running that high line tonight. Talk us through your night.
Yeah, thank you. It didn't start off real well. I didn't really have high expectations at all. It's really probably the 3rd or 4th dirt race I've ever ran. So, but practice went pretty good. Had to start the back in the qualifying race and finished pretty good there, and then lost it there at the feature right at the get-go, and just tried to work my way back up through and worked out fine there at the end, man. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, and honestly, your first win of the season locks you into the playoffs. That's got to make you feel even more great because now you got a chance to run for a championship, and you've been pretty good lately. How's that make you feel knowing that you're going to be running for a championship?
Yeah, that's just cherry on top right there. I know I was fighting for the top 12 spot because we had a few bad races at the beginning of the season. So tonight was a bonus on that anyway. But to pick up the win and automatically advance, I'm looking forward to it. It's a great league to race in, and everyone in here runs clean. It's fun to run with, so I'm pretty pumped up.
For sure on that, man. Hey, congratulations once again. Is there any shout-outs you want to give out tonight?
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to my fiance Amanda, and I got my mom and dad watching, probably a couple guys from work, some buddies. So what's up, guys? See y'all next week.
Hey, buddy. Good job. I'm so proud you finally was able to get one of these, so good job.
Yeah, and I appreciate. I think you picked me a couple weeks back, or I think it was last week,
Yeah,
and
I never won.
I picked you tonight, and you ended up winning.
Yeah.
well, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Hey, man, good job. Next up. I think I picked you last week, and I don't think it went great. It never does. Next up, we're going to talk to Johnny, putting it in P2 here tonight. Give me just a second. We'll pull him in. I know what I'm doing. I've used Discord before, or TeamSpeak before.
TeamSpeak.
That might be why I was having trouble finding him, actually. Give me just a second. I know I've seen him. There he is. Johnny putting it in P2. We can go ahead and call him Mr. Where Did He Come From? Johnny, inside him up in the booth. You got a coffee.
I hear you loud and clear, bud.
EOL, you was about in every crash, or had to avoid about every crash that worked up through it. We talked about you getting involved in some. It wasn't even your fault. You got to feel pretty happy starting 21st and finishing second.
Yeah, where the heck did you come from?
I don't know. On the second to last restart, I sent it on the bottom. I downshifted, gave me good enough drive off, and I was able to pass like 3-4 cars, and I was just there at the end. It was pure luck.
You got to feel like you have a lot of momentum, man. You came in as the provisional points leader right now with that win. You have to feel like not only luck tonight was on your side, but this points championship, it's got to be looking good for you. I feel like you're running consistent, which is the main thing. How do you feel about going into the playoffs? I know we're a couple weeks away from that still, but how do you feel about it overall right now?
Right now, I'm feeling pretty good, and the last 2 playoff tracks are some of my better tracks. So if things keep going the way they do, I feel like I got a good shot at it.
I like the confidence in that, man. Another good run. Started 21st. To be honest, we mentioned your name only when you was having trouble or was just involved in something that wasn't you. Until the very end, we said we had no idea where he came from. And it worked. Dude. I still don't even know how you was able to get there. But good job. Shout out to anything you want to give out.
I just want to shout out everybody that puts this together every single week. It always comes out good. It's always fun to do. This was definitely a roller coaster of a ride. Kind of was a demolition derby. I can't wait to watch this race after this because I just need to see what happened.
Yeah, I may have to go back and look and just see how you was able to get up there. Good job, man.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Next up, Dwayne Hunt finishing in P number 3 here tonight. I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Dwayne, you got a copy. It's had him up in a booth.
I do gotcha.
Big points not for you. Finishing 3rd. You was up front pretty much most of the night. Started 4th. Finishing 3rd here tonight. You came in here 8th in the point standings. Of course, you know, with Jesse able to get the win, it locks him in. But, man, you got to be happy right now about how you finished tonight.
Oh, I am, because last race here at North Wilkesboro, I got in trouble with the incident points because there was a little bit of a glitch. I was up in the top 5, and that race ended up falling back and got disqualified now because I had too many incident points. So this was definitely a big help.
For sure on that, man. So tell us about next week. We go to Talladega. Nobody really knows who's going to win there. What's your thoughts on the next couple playoffs or next couple tracks? We go to Talladega and Charlotte.
Well, they should be pretty good. Yeah, Talladega's a crapshoot there but we ran pretty clean at Daytona with everybody. So I think we had one wreck and it was coming out of the pits. There was a little bit of an incident there, but other than that, we raced pretty clean. So hopefully it's the same way at Talladega.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a good one as well, man. Well, good luck on that one. Is there any shout-outs you want to give out tonight before we let you go?
Nope. No, I'm good. And, thanks everybody for the broadcast and running the league and everything. And hopefully next week we'll have a good race as well.
Hey, go get the win, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. And last time, Derek was with me in the booth at Daytona. He did a fantastic job at Daytona, so he's probably one of your favorites going into there. Landon, it's been the first time since you've been back in the booth a while. What's your thoughts on the race?
Typical dirt race, multi-groove, all a good, looking at the track now, a good portion of it's worked in and slick, and at the end of a race like this, it just shows, who can, handle an aggressive race car and who can't, and Jesse came out here tonight and showed us all that, you don't necessarily have to be fast, you just have to be good at handling the car.
Not to call anybody out, but did you think Charles Woods was finished 7th?
Charles Woods.
He finished 7th.
To be honest, I only remember him being in one caution, so I don't.
I think he went a couple laps down and got back on the lead lap. Well, of course, he got back on the lead lap.
Well, if he did that, then
yeah,
kudos to him, because that's really hard to do on dirt.
For sure. So he finished 7th. Congratulations, Jesse, though. I mean, domination. There were some other guys that definitely deserved to have a chance to win. Travis had a chance to win it. A couple other guys as well. But good job for Johnny and Dwayne as well. That'll do it for us, though, here tonight, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the broadcast. We will be back live tomorrow night, iRacing Series from Las Vegas. Y'all tune in for that. I don't know if Landon's racing that one.
What, tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm racing.
So there you go. So you can tune in and watch Landon race, and he should be good at Las Vegas. So y'all tune in to watch that. Oh, yeah, you are. Y'all tune in to watch that. Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Take care. God bless.